This is going to be a demonstration of talking to ChatGPT, and at the same time, a demonstration of vanity phone number that spell a domain name. So here you have one example of the psycho, which is the domain name, the psych.co, and it is equal to the phone number, which is area code 843 779 and 2426. So this is a domain name and domain name extension that spells the phone number. Now I would like to take it to the next level and demonstrate to you how I'm using it on a fishing hat and turning a regular fishing hat into a halo hat. So this is a fishing hat with a domain name and a vanity phone number on the brim and on the front of the hat. I'm going to wear it and pull it down so you can see the mask and the under part of it. So if you want to mask your nose and your neck and so on, you can use it with this hat. Also, when I flip the underbrim upwards, you see that it forms a halo effect. Before I continue, I'm going to turn on MSN Recorder Max. I'm selecting the record button, full screen, and the video file name. Control C to copy to the clipboard buffer. And then start recording. At this point, the image appears in the rightmost corner, right lower corner of the screen, and I'm going to add to that a recording of MSN Recorder Max. Okay, where you can see the last recording. This is a screen recorder, and I want to check the settings and verify that I set it to 999, number of recent screen captures to store, and then I click OK, and then I click new recording and start recording from it. At this point, let's summarize. I have 3 recordings going together. Step recorder, recording now dialog box, which I'm going to move around a little bit so you can see it. Second one is the camera software recording. And thirdly is MSN Recorder Max, a screen recorder. And that screen recorder generated a file name where the video will be stored. So I'm going to open a little space at the top of my notepad, and I'm going to segregate it with an open brace, a bunch of open braces. Then edit paste the video file name, my video, and you can see it here. I'm going to mark it with a cursor. My video dash date dash time of the day dot mpeg, which is a video file name. And now I'm going to proceed to my list of issues to be dealing with, and one of them is a message from Google that my Google voice number will expire, And I'm going to copy this, mark it with my cursor first, then go Control C to copy to the clipboard buffer. Then I'm going to go to my notes and paste it right on top with Control V or Edit Paste, right on top of the name of the video file. Okay, well, let's review again the multiple recording that I'm conducting now. Step recorder is first, then webcam is next, and it can show you my under brim vanity phone number, and on top of it the vanity phone name and a domain name. So this case the domain name is wizmore, and .biz is the domain name extension, and the matching phone number is area code 949 6673 and 249. And that, together with my bib, create a complete circle, which I call the halo hat. And this bib is also a mask. So when I'm in the wilderness with a lot of dust in the air, I want to protect myself and others from the coronavirus, I can pull it up, and now I have a mask. And anytime I want to get rid of the mask, I can just drop it down and turn it into a bib. And if I don't want the bib, I can disconnect it and remove it altogether. And finally, the third recording is MSN Recorder Max. Now I'm going to deal with the message that I got from Google that this number would expire in 30 days for being idle. So I'm going to try to log into this, open another instance, and log into this number. I want to make sure that I mark it with the cursor, Val Tudor Co. And I copy it, edit, copy it to the clipboard. And now I'm ready to go and log into it. So I'm opening up, here's an account, which is logged into some other account number. Okay, so this one is markday.tv, and if I see it has a phone number, which spells the domain name Job AI Voice. One thing that I had to check concerning this is whether I have any emails. So I want to go to the email account and check it. Make sure that I look at the emails, phishing, setting up your new Google, security alert, security and voice, new voicemail. Okay. So I want to mark all of them for deletion and delete all of these messages. Then I want to go to make sure that it is rerouted. I want to look at all the settings and make sure that I reroute it. So using forwarding and pop, be sure that it is forwarding to another email and it is enabled. Okay, so that is good. At this point, I'm ready to change from this one to the new account. So I'm going to scroll down to the new account, and I don't find it, so I click use another, and then scroll down to the bottom again, select use another again, and paste this new one. Control V, Web Tutor, Val Tutor, Co, and next. At this point, I need to enter the password, and I want to skip everything, but focus in on the voice impact of it. And here you see that I got a lot of messages. Some message here. Lots of messages. Premium plan, something about your premium plan for Valtwater will renew soon. Extend your premium plan today. So I'm not sure. I don't think I need this one. Go back. Another message reminder. Move your phone to Wix groups. What's happening? Post phone for either sites are affected. Vault tutor. So need to do migrate your form data for March 1st. Deadline to avoid closing core functionality of data. So I'm going to go back and just delete all these messages. So I'm selecting all these messages. October 1st. No, who joined it? Image. Hidden this message appears suspicious. Don't show the image unless you trust the sender and the message. Show image, report spam. Images are not displayed. Display image below. New member. Hi there. Join Smith joined your group. Go say hi. I don't know who Join Smith is. So I'm going to go back and delete all these messages. Okay, at this point I want to go to Google Voice and see what is Google Voice saying. And here's the number from Google Voice. And I want to make an outbound call to ChatGPT. So let's see, I got also several messages here and there. So let's see what this is. Suspected spam. I want to delete. I press shift and select the first one for deletion, all the way to the last one, and delete all of them. Delete. Then go to the next one, voicemail, and see what I got for voicemail. Transcription not available. Welcome to Google Voice. Let's delete these messages also. Delete and delete. And finally, make an outbound call to ChatGPT. AI voice. Okay.
Hi, I'm ChatGPT.
Help me with my domain and name. Yes, I'm looking for a domain name for my number, my vanity phone number that is a Google number. That is huge AI voice. No, huge AI, like artificial intelligence voice. Yes, I have a lot of ideas, but I'm also looking for suggestions. What do you think can I do with a domain name like and a matching vanity phone number that spells the words huge AI voice? Yes, yes, but before we continue, I would like to stress that this is a huge AI voice.com exactly. Huge AI voice.com. Yes, I want to develop that AI voice domain to be a central hub for people that are interested in AI voice. No, I want to make it into a AI caller platform that will enable people that are interested in AI callers to learn about it and specifically, for example, to learn how to develop AI crawlers, incoming calls, and reroute them to various directories and different people, as well as calendars, making appointments using vapi.ai. I'm long enough that I've done several examples of a VAPI AI for incoming and outgoing calls, but now I'm debating because I would like to run it also on local host, and vapi.ai is only in the cloud. Yes, I've explored a chatterbox, but the problem with chatterbox is that it doesn't have the telephony element of it. It has just the voice element, and I want something that will have also not only voice but also telephony integration. No, and this is what I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask you if you have any idea of what is similar to vapi.ai but can run also on local host. So when I lose the internet connectivity, my telephone system will work. I can do development work locally and then sync it with the cloud later when the connectivity becomes available. Yes, my concern is that it has telephony, all right, but I'm not sure that it has AI development tools and AI development integration. Yes, what tools can I add that will enable me to integrate AI into a local voice hosting services? Yes, but what about text to speech, like Chatterbox? Yeah, let me tell you, this is a Google Voice number. So I would really love it if I could work with Google Voice. Is there any way to use Google Voice for this purpose? Yes, if I have a number with Google Voice, for example, in this case, the number with Google Voice spells the words huge AI voice, and I would like to develop it and keep it as a Google Voice. What other things can I do to to imitate a VAPI AI so this huge AI voice becomes a voice chatbot for incoming and outgoing calls, voice calls? I have explored it already and I found out that if I want to take this voice number to Twilio, I will have to export it out of Google Voice and I will have to import it into Twilio. By that time, it will cease to be a Google Voice account or a Google Voice phone number. Plus, it is not free. Unlike Google Voice is free, but Twilio is not free. And furthermore, I would not be able to bring it if I am disappointed with Twilio. I will not be able to import it back into Google Voice because Google Voice will not accept the number that has been tempered by Twilio. Yes, how can I take this Google Voice vanity phone number and its domain name, huge AI voice? I can make a website for it, hugeaivoice.com, and then make a chatbot that will use this number. So when somebody calls the number, instead of me replying or a human replying, the chatbot, the voice chatbot, will reply first, and if it is necessary, will reroute the call to a human. But if it's not necessary, will converse with the caller and deal with the caller's problem.
Two, telephony integration. Since you want to keep your Google Voice number, consider integrating with Google Dialogflow, which can work with Google Voice to handle incoming calls. Three, site integration.
Yes, let me deal first with the dialogue flow. Will dialogue flow enable me to make a chatbot with a Google Voice number and keep it as a Google Voice, as a free Google Voice number?
Yeah, Dialog Flow can be integrated with Google Voice. You can create a voice chatbot with Dialog Flow and link it to your Google Voice number. This way, you can keep your number Google Voice service while adding AI capabilities to handle incoming calls. Would you like
Yes, I'm primarily concerned for now about incoming calls.
incoming calls with Dialogflow and your Google Voice model, you'll need to 1. Create a Dialogflow agent. Set up an agent in Dialogflow and design the conversation flows and responses for your voice chat.
And how expensive would that be?
Integrating Dialogflow with Google Voice doesn't have a direct cost, as Google Voice is free and Dialogflow has a free tier. However, if your usage exceeds the free tier limit, or if you need advanced features, costs could be incurred. The expenses would depend on the volume of calls and the complexity of your chat. Would you like more details on how
No, just about the free tier. What does the dialogue flow free tier enable me to do?
The Dialogflow free tier allows you to create and deploy chatbots with basic features. It includes a quota of requests per month, and you can handle incoming voice or text queries. The free tier is often sufficient for small projects or testing purposes. If your usage grows, you can explore paid tiers. Would you like to know more about the specific limits of the free tier?
Yes, because I'm going to use it as a case study for my class at the university, and I don't expect to get a lot of calls, so it will be a perfect examples because it will be a low activity type of thing, so I wouldn't exceed the maximum number of or the maximum quote.
That sounds like a great use case. With the Dialogflow free tier, you can access 180 minutes of audio processing per month, which should be sufficient for your voice career. Google calls handling incoming voice calls. It's a perfect tool for a university class example. Would you like more tips on how to structure this as a case study?
Yes, I saw also. I just searched it on YouTube and I found that there is a built retail virtual agent from scratch using Dialogflow CX. Ultimate Core, $600 free credit also.
Yes, Dialogflow CX is the advanced version of Dialogflow, designed for intelligent text and voice data processing. The initial version is free and gives you great ways to explore its capabilities. It's particularly useful if you want to use it more sophisticated data sets or want to try out advanced features. Are you thinking of using Dialogflow CX for a small case study?
Yes, this is exactly what I was thinking about.
That's a fantastic choice. Dialogflow CX will give your students a comprehensive view of advanced conversational AI development. Plus, the free credit can help you explore its features without upfront costs. If you need any help structuring your case study or have questions about Dialogflow CX, feel free to ask.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think using Dialogflow CX as a case study is a brilliant idea. It offers a robust platform for building advanced voice chatbots, perfect for demonstrating real-world applications to your students. With the free credit, you can explore
Yes, I just did a search on Dialogflow CX Google AI, and it came up with build a powerful voice agent with Google Conversational Agent 5 months ago. Yes, and should offer a practical use to teach the students about these ideas. So I just would like to clarify that if I use Dialogflow, I can keep my Google Voice number, and when somebody calls my Google Voice number, my Dialogflow voice chatbot will reply. And that will be perfect if I stay within the 180 minutes free. I won't have to pay anything. Yeah, I just would like to repeat it. 180 divided by 60 will be 3 hours, which is exactly. And now I have to proceed by documenting my call to you 800 chat GPT. So I made a notepad file and I saved it in my Google Voice 1 subfolder to document that I made an outbound call from this account to ChatGPT, and so I activated this Google Voice number, and it will not expire within 30 days. Yes, and I want also to document it with psar.exe, problem step recorder executable that comes bundles with Windows 11. So I started recording our conversation with multiple recordings. One of them is step recorder, psar problem step recorder. The other one is the camera software that comes bundled with Windows 11. So I make a video recording using the camera on my laptop, and a third recording of our conversation with you, 800 ChatGPT, is with MSN Recorder Max, which is a screen recorder. So I got 3 recordings going simultaneously at the same time. One is a camera webcam recorder, number one. Number two is an MSN recorder Max screen recorder. And number three is the Pessar problem step recorder exe executable. Can you repeat these three?
Sure. You've got 3 recordings going simultaneously. You have about 5 minutes remaining this month. To talk for longer, download the ChatGPT app at chatgpt.com/download.
So now, for now, I'm going to stop recording with with the Pessar problem step recorder executable, and I clicked on the stop recording on the step recorder recording now dialog box. Now I got the hourglass, and now I'm clicking the save button to save it on my hard drive.
Great. Saving
Exactly, I want to create an audit trail that is very robust, including screenshots and keystrokes, the webcam, and the screen recorder. Yeah, you forgot about the keystrokes. You forgot about the keystrokes that the Pessar problem step recorder executable records every keystroke. Yeah, I have trouble with my mouse, really. So now I'm going to construct the file name for this recording of Pessar.exe, and I want to give it the prefix of the path. So I'm going down to my notes to find the path of Pessar.exe off of the hard drive. So I copied the path to the clipboard buffer with the prefix also of the time. So
Sounds like you're carefully organizing your files, which is great for keeping track of everything. Adding the path and timestamp as a prefix will make it easier to identify your recordings later. If you run into any issues or need more assistance, just let me know.
I have trouble with the keys with the keyboard. I hit the key either too light or too hardly, and then it registers multiple keystroke. This keyboard on this laptop is really bad. Yeah, I'm trying to tap it and watch the screen at the same time so I don't press it too light or too hard. And now that I formed the complete uh, path and then backslash the date and time. Yes. Okay, so I saved it. And now I want to click preview and see how long it is. In the meantime, I want to place an X in front of it, X and space, and then click review additional details to see what was the step, the last step. Cannot scroll up and down. It looks like step recorder is kind of freezing. So for that reason, I'm going to continue and I'll wait for step recorder to come back. Or simply start a new recording. Let's see if I can start a new recording and continue. Okay, I started a new recording. And now I want to form another file name on the local hard drive. I'm going File, Save As. I want to have open parentheses before Val Tutor and close parentheses after the Val Tutor. At this point, I want to make a new subfolder. So I'm going to copy a part of this, copy, and then try to create a new subfolder under the document subfolder. So I clicked on document, then I click on new folder, then I click on Control V, and then open it up, copy the path to the clipboard buffer, and insert it in front of the file name. With the backslash. Now I got a complete string. Copy to the clipboard buffer and click save. Then go back to my notepad. Control V. Paste it in my pad. And then go file, save it again. At this point, I want to upload it to the cloud. So I'm going to go back to my cloud and click plus new, folder upload, Control V, paste the folder name, and then delete the file name so I'll keep only the folder name. Now enter and upload it to the cloud. and click upload again to confirm, and then Google responds by 1 of 1, which I'm going to go back to my notepad and enter it into my notepad. First of all, Control V for the file name, then I'm going to place an X in front of it, X and space, marking that I have uploaded it, I've saved it to the local drive, and then I put the note 1 of 1, meaning that there was one folder in this drive, and I save it again, file, save. Okay, after having done that, I can then stop and save again my step recorder. So I'm going to click the stop button, the save button, pick the previous entry, and give it a subscript of A. I'm going to enter the letter A immediately after the year, so it reads year 2025 sub A, and I'm going to put a dash after the initial time when I saved it before, and the new time is 5:05 p.m. So I enter 5:05 p.m. and that I entered the current time, so I can see that I saved it the activity from 4:59, about 6 minutes, since 6 minutes ago. And now I'm going to copy the psar.txt path to the clipboard buffer and insert it as a prefix followed by a backslash, and I got myself a string, a complete string. I'm going to copy this complete string to the clipboard buffer, then save it in the psar.txt1 folder, and now I click additional details and scroll up to see how many steps. That was 51 steps, which is great as I'm recording a new clip and paste the previous clip in my notes. Control V, enter. I mark an X before that and a space, and then I'm going to continue to wrap this up. So to continue to complete it, I need to go back to my email address and delete the message that says that it will be deleted, that it will be, that the number will be expired. So I'm going to go back and retrieve the message if I can. I'm not sure which browser I was using, but I have to find the right browser that contains my message. Maybe this is the one. That's the problem. I'm not sure which browser I was using. So I can try to open another instance. When I go back to my browser. I need to go back to my browser where I can get the message. Okay, I will search for it. Google Voice will expire. So here's the message. Let's see which message it is. With more remote, I've already done, so I can delete this message, which is updated, and the next one is Map for One's website. I may be operating on multiple browsers, and I don't know which one is which, so that is a problem. I can always start another account or refresh it or something like that. Let me see if I can go full screen here and reload. Then I will go to my email account and look at my email account. Okay, I don't see any mentions, so I'm going to wrap it up and I will delete it later. In the meantime, I'm going to the video file name, stop the recording.